who advised me to use this one book and finish every single question that exists. So surprisingly, when I saw the AR part, I was taken aback, of course, but I thought that, okay, this is the paper, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just that I should start attempting. So I started reading the question, deciphering what exactly is written. And then it was actually easier than I expected, because your mocks have prepared us for the worst scenarios. And I was taken aback, of course, by the entire thing being AR. Critical, of course, there in that one question. But then it turned out really well for me, surprisingly. Logical was a good score, better than I expected. I always used to make sure that my reading was A1. The game was always there. What I took lightly during my preparation was that if in one mock the OMR mistakes were happening in the sheet, I used to treat it like, okay, fine, I'll do better in the next one. I never took it so seriously that it could actually change the trajectory of what college I will be getting. So, time management and no panicking.
Okay, hi everyone. We have a very special guest today, Avishi Jain. Reason Avishi is sitting with me and we are talking here because Avishi is All India rank 335 in CLAT 2026. As of now, Avishi has been allocated NLU Jodhpur. So let's see till where it ends. But yes, welcome Avishi. So Avishi, before we move ahead, many congratulations.
Thank you.
NLU Jodhpur is a great law school. So Avishi, before we move ahead, if you can just introduce yourself.
Of course. Hi everyone, my name is Avishi Jain and I secured AIR 335 in CLAT 2026. I'm currently serving as the head girl in Sri Venkateshwar International School. I remember joining NPLC in February 2025, if I'm not wrong, and I continue to stay with sir till December itself.
Okay. Great, Avishi. So you are head girl at Sri Venkateshwara School.
Sir.
And where is your school?
So in Dwarka, Sector 18.
So Dwarka, you also need to tell it's in Delhi.
Right. It's in Delhi.
So because the entire country listens to me. Okay, anyway. So okay, Avishi. So my first question would be, head girl ho, school has expectations from their head boys and head girls, of course. So I'm sure school bhi apna expectations ko to chahta hoga that you fulfill, and then so much of pressure from our side.
Right.
So how did you handle it?
So honestly, it was the constant support and motivation. There was no stress or pressure given by the school. In fact, my principal, Miss Nishu Pandey, she was more supportive than ever. When it comes to attendance, they made sure that they gave me the window to make sure that I was prepared for my targets. Whenever I used to have extra periods, I used to sit down and complete the GK compendiums. And of course, I had to be present at a lot of events, but then it's all about time management and how you balance your day.
Okay, great, Avishi. Then I should also be thankful to your principal and school for that. At least they believed in you and things could land up the way we wanted. Okay, great, Avishi. So Avishi, before, so now you joined in 11th, right? It was February. So what exactly were you I think you're joining, you were in 12th.
Right.
Yeah. So what were you doing in 11th? Were you not sure about law?
So initially I did not want to give CLAT. I was hoping to go abroad. But then I realized that if I want to do specialization in Indian law, no better than to do it in India itself.
Okay.
So it did take me a lot of time to find a good institute. I had gone to see a kind of an aggregate institute in the beginning. It was not what I expected at all, because there's no personal connection or overview that the teachers have on you in your preparation. So while I did start in September, but after a week or so, I knew that it was not my cup of tea. So I was looking for a good institute as well. Took me a while, so February I joined.
Okay, great, Avishi. But you were sure about doing law. That's what my purpose of asking the question was. Okay, great, Avishi. So now, and how many mocks did you write?
So since I only had, I think 10 months or something, I could only give about 100 mocks. Maybe touched 130, 140 around that.
Okay, great. So Avishi, okay, now you were sure in 11th कि मुझे law करना है. But why law? Is there like anything in specific you would want to tell us?
Yes, sir. So I started debating when I was in 6th grade. it was my passion. So in every single MUN society or debates, I was always there. But that turned into case laws before I even knew it. In 9th, I remember I had a case study to write about, and I went into the depth of the case so much that I found a passion in it. And that's when I realized that law is the path for me.
So actually, I'll tell you something. Like the first initial 3 classes, I also try to gauge how exactly is the student. So I thought that you will end up in NNS Bangalore. Let me be very clear with you, frank with you, right? So, and I would want people to benefit from our interaction. What went wrong?
That
You got to NU Jodhpur. That's
Right.
a wonderful college, but we were expecting a double-digit rank for sure. What went wrong?
So first of all, the worst nightmare, OMR mistake in the final paper. I remember I made 3 mistakes, which created such a gap that the person who is currently sitting in NLS and my score, it's exactly 3.75. So that, and along with that, I feel like time management went really wrong, because in the very first hour, I remember only 40 questions were done. I do not know how I attempted 120 itself in the next hour, but time management and the OMR mistake.
Avishi, how was your preparation ka journey? As in, was it very difficult? Was it easy? Was it smooth? Or was it a cakewalk?
So first of all, there was a lot of self-doubt, because when I joined, I was in a batch filled with people who were there since a year before me. So there was a lot of competition already established. Everything was like a new concept for me. In fact, on the very first day when I came and talked to you, I did not even know that there were 5 sections. I had no idea about even maths being there. I just knew that I was going to leave it.
After going to a coaching institute for a year?
Yes, sir.
Before, yeah.
No, sir. Only for 2 weeks actually, because that was not my cup of tea. But then it was challenging at first, because the second I joined, I knew that there were GK compendiums and legal reasoning, everyday DPPs, maths was about to be started. It was a lot to be taken at the same time. But then what was really important was that I prioritize. For example, when we talk about polity, I remember you telling me that everyone in the class has done polity, let's say 5 times, but it was a new concept for me. It was a foreign concept for me. So I had to start from a very level 0, but then I had to build myself up. You cannot feel pity for yourself for starting late. It's just that how early you take the decision of starting and working upon it. So of course it wasn't a cakewalk, sir, but with consistency and constant effort, I'm sure that it went so much better than I expected.
Very true. So Avishi, I have one observation for you, which I felt throughout while you were preparing. You are exceptionally good on the language part. The way you argued in class over a comprehension and the points you used to make always made sense to me. So any advice you would want to give us to people on how to work on English, not during the preparation? Have you always been avid reader, or do you enjoy, or anything particular you would want to share on the language front, reading comprehensions and how you comprehend things and all?
Right, sir. So I do remember that when I asked you if I should take a drop, you told me that my language was exceptional. And the reason for that is I always used to make sure that my reading was A1. The game was always there. So like I said, I was debating since 6th grade. So reading was always a constant hobby for me. But even if somebody does not enjoy it so much, they find it boring, I feel like not every single piece of reading material that you see can be boring. If, for example, if you're into sports, read something related to sports. Read a sports magazine, because the more you read, the better your vocabulary becomes, the better your reading speed becomes, which is very important when you're reading an entire passage and you have to attempt questions. So while I would say that my reading was not as exceptional that everybody saw it to be, because I remember my score was lower than I expected in English when it comes to CLAT, but I do enjoy reading a lot. So
okay, I got it. So Avishi, when I look at this paper and knowing you, somehow I feel it was not your paper. Not your paper means what? That logical reasoning was completely analytical,
right.
And analytical is something you were struggling with always. So that's why I'm terming it as it was not your paper. Right. Had it been replaced with entirely critical or maybe half critical, half analytical, your rank would have been different.
Definitely.
Right. So till now, I didn't know this about this OMR fiasco, but that's what I thought about yourself. Ki possibly this would have been a turn off. Now, and you did 100, 120, 130 marks.
Right.
When you saw the paper and when you saw the logical reasoning section, how exactly did you handle that? Shit. What I thought.
Right.
I thought it will be critical. I'll be reading passages. I'll be answering questions, but it didn't happen. It was analytical, which you were struggling the most with. So how exactly did you manage that?
So I remember telling you that if analytical comes, I'm going to be leaving all that and focusing on critical. And that was in June, but you advised me to use this one book and finish every single question that exists. So surprisingly, when I saw the AR part, I was taken aback, of course, but I thought that, okay, this is the paper, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just that I should start attempting. So I started reading the question, deciphering what exactly is written. And then it was actually easier than I expected, because your mocks have prepared us for the worst scenarios. And I was taken aback, of course, by the entire thing being AR. Critical, of course, there in that one question. But then it turned out really well for me, surprisingly. Logical was a good score, better than I expected.
Oh.
Yes, sir. I think I scored 21 somewhere.
But I think you practiced a lot.
Yes, sir. So for AR.
In June, I think we were very clear that this is, you could understand that this is what the problem is.
Yes.
I think thereafter you have been working and it resulted well.
Yes, so I remember seating arrangement questions. I used to always miss them out whenever mocks used to come. So you told me that no, you have to attempt. If you want us, we can give you an extra paper just for that. But and the first thing that I heard in my mind when I saw AR was that main tumko bola tha, your voice, I could hear it. So yes, it was surprising, but I felt a relief because I had practiced it enough to attempt it.
While you were preparing and you saw the paper and everything, Kriti ke English and सबसे बड़ा challenge क्या था? What troubled you the most in the course of preparation?
So maths, for sure. Okay. Of course, GK goes without saying because there's so much to do and you are never sure if that hard work will even come off in the paper. But then maths was something I was ready to leave those 12 marks when I initially joined. I was very certain about not working on my math at all. But then I could see that the number of attempts makes a lot of difference, and that's what you've always told us. So I wasn't expecting to get 12 on 12, which I did in the paper, had it not been for that one OMR mistake in that section, but maybe even one passage. So maths was difficult. Thankfully, maths this year was easy or rather doable for everyone. So that paid off, but maths was pretty difficult throughout the journey.
And how much marks did you get in maths?
So I got 10.75. I couldn't mark the correct option for the 8th question.
10.75 is good, right? Okay, great, Avishi. And GK?
GK, sir, I got 3 questions wrong, all others correct.
All others correct.
Right.
Oh.
And I remember when I saw the sports passage, I will be very honest, I did not know any of the 6 questions, or I think 5, I'm not sure how many were there. But then I was like, okay, let's just go back to static, whatever that we've done, and remember, because one of my biggest weaknesses was sports news. I remember even asking our GK sir to give us an entire compendium just filled with sports news so that I could cover it. And then one day before the paper at night, I was thinking, oh God, I hope no sports news come. And rather, that was the biggest passage, I believe. But then my guesses were right. Only one went wrong, others were right.
Others were right. Okay, great. So Avishi, understood. So Avishi, any advice you have for people for those 2 hours? Anything you regret which you should not have done in those 2 hours? And also any specific thing you want to highlight? What went wrong in your preparation which you regret now? Had I not done this, it would have been a better case in my scenario.
Right. So I believe even though we practiced so much in relation to time management, trying every single possible combination of putting sections one after the other, but during those 2 hours, it just all goes away. I'll be very honest. No matter how much you've prepared, okay, I'll do English first, then GK, then logical, it does not matter. At that point, you just go and you do whatever you feel like is right. So in those 2 hours, in the very first hour, I remember I could only do 40 questions. My speed was slower than ever. And I do not know, by God's grace, I could complete the paper. And I just knew that this was the first and last chance that I would have for this paper, because there is no way that I was going to take a drop. And I worked on my speed. I knew that I had to finish this paper. It's just me and this paper for the next 2 hours, and that is exactly how it's supposed to be. There are going to be no distractions. I remember my invigilator, she was being distractive at first, talking to people and some people behind me. So I told her, ma'am, please, I need to concentrate. And then she was picking up my OMR in the middle and she's like, why have you not marked anything? Almost an hour is over. But then I wanted to work on my own pace, even though that was slow. So my first advice would be to not watch the clock every 5 minutes, but to make sure that the speed is there. Because if you've prepared so much for the entire 2 years, whatever the duration of your preparation is, to make sure that you're going by the time and not getting panicked in the last hour, which is exactly what I did. And the OMR questions getting marked wrong in the actual final paper. So that is the biggest regret as well. Because in the last 5 minutes, I remember marking around 12 questions, which is like you have to put your mind over there as well. You need to solve it and then mark it. So that's where it went wrong. And what I took lightly during my preparation was that if in one mock the OMR mistakes were happening in the sheet, I used to treat it like, okay, fine, I'll do better in the next one. I never took it so seriously that it could actually change the trajectory of what college I will be getting. So, time management and no panicking.
Got it, Avishi. Right. No, that's great. Great. So, Avishi, I think all is well that ends well. So, finally, it's Jodhpur. And that's a great place, right? So, best of luck, Avishi. Keep in touch, keep doing well, right? And up to, I think you'll have your board exams.
Right, yes.
How difficult are you finding managing that?
So it's honestly fine. I mean, it was difficult to give the CLAT paper as well, but then I always had my parents' support. My sister as well, she was one of the biggest supporters during the journey. So after the CLAT paper ended, they told me that, okay, boards are there. If you want to take some time off, you can, because of course the burnout phase was there. We all worked so hard that shifting from one paper to another without taking a break was difficult for me. And so they are a support right now as well. And they keep me on my foot always, so that I'm preparing here as well. It's honestly very easy because with CLAT and all the information that we got, it's very helpful in humanities.
And right. It will help you always in your life.
Yes, sir.
So basically, padha kaise jata hai? A competitive exam makes you learn that. You keep reading, there's so much of effort you put, right? So great. So that was Avishi Jain with us, right? All India rank 335 in CLAT 2026. Good luck, Avishi. We'll be connected again. Bye.